All right, our next running back, Matthew, ride or die, Omarion Hampton. He's got the Broncos, who have just given up a lot of rushing yards last week. Only 5 total yards for Hampton in week 2. Do you continue to ride with Mr. Ride or Die?
I am. I mean, that's the point of ride or die, is that you
Until you die.
You hopefully ride, but, you also may die. It's still death do us part. Look, first off, here are the weird things. Let's just talk about Omarion Hampton. So you see there, right, he played only 62% of the snaps. He had only 8 rush attempts, got only 1 reception, under 4 fantasy points. So far this year, he's running back 47. It has not been a home run for Omarion Hampton as a ride or die candidate so far this season. He had the bad fumble in the 4th quarter as well. That's a question mark going forward. Is Jim Harbaugh one of those guys that's like, nope, sit down, Rook?
Or Najee Harris. Yeah.
And let's go with the veteran Najee Harris. There he is. I got him right next to Jaden Daniels. He's got a very prominent spot on the jersey wall. Very prominent, very important. We may have to move him. He may have to go, McBride's a little bit too off. Achan's a little bit too off. We may have to, Ace is back there. I'm not saying that Hampton is going to still be there. Yeah. He's staying on the wall, but people at home,
if you see him next to Brian Robinson Jr. in a couple of weeks, then you know that Matthew's kind of losing his faith.
Okay, but so listen, let's just talk about the concerns here. Right. I want to talk about just the concerns overall, and then we'll talk about the ride or die situation. But on the concerns are like they can't block, Connor. The Chargers are averaging 0.2. That's not a typo. 0.2 yards before contact on running back rushes. That is the 3rd fewest in the NFL. They can't run block.
I think this is why they're passing over expectation at an alarming rate. I think they know it, and they're saying, okay, let's go with what's working right now. And that maybe will flip at some point.
Yeah. I mean, again, not making excuses, but the truth of the matter is that I had to make the call at the preseason game, which is July 31st. So I had to and you have to make the call a few days ahead because you're preparing everything. So had I known, had I had a crystal ball and known Rashawn Slater a week later was going to be out for the year, that would have gone into my calculation. All of that said, I do think that teams, Jai, as we talked about yesterday, are going to have to adjust to how well they are passing the ball, and that's going to open up running lanes for the Chargers. Again, they've also played the Chiefs and the Raiders, and I think there's a chance that we look back on this year and be like, those were 2 of the 5 best run defenses in the NFL. Yes. I do think the Raiders have, through 2 games, have played very good run defense. So we will see. I'm specific to this week on Omarion Hampton. I am keeping it open. Right? The Broncos have allowed the 6th most rushing yards to running backs through 2 games. The Colts ran all over them last week as well. To date, Omarion Hampton has seen 100%, literally 100% of the team's goal-to-go rushing attempts inside the 5-yard line. He got 3 on Monday night. He didn't convert them. He was tackled in the backfield on 2 of them, but at least to date, when they've gotten close, they have given it to Hampton. He just hasn't converted yet as well. He's got a 56% route participation. Harris is under 20%. Now, the concerns are, again, is that they're just not running the ball, and it is still Denver. But I'm sticking with him. But listen, he's my running back 24. I've been ranking him inside the top 15 at running back. This week, he's more of a very low end RB2, kind of a higher end flex play than he has been kind of the high end RB2 that I ranked him the first 2 weeks. So we're definitely lowering expectations, but I'm still keeping it open. I'm still sticking with him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that afraid of the Denver defense at this point in terms of treating them like the Packers defense, which is just absolutely terrifying. The Broncos, I think it's a good defense. I think it's a top 10 defense. I don't think this is like a best in the league type of level defense as it was last year statistically, because last year they beat up on a lot of bad teams. Their rating was inflated by shutting out Carson Wentz in Week 18. When they played the Bengals, the Ravens, the Bills, the Chargers in the second half of the season, they gave up 30+ to all of those teams. So I think that as Daniel Jones showed last week, you can move the ball on the Broncos, and with Omarion Hampton in particular, Jonathan Taylor just completely eviscerated this Broncos defense. So I think that there will be explosives there. Hopefully they can get him in the passing game more. He was throwing some screen passes as the Colts did to Jonathan Taylor. So, yeah, I think the good thing with Hampton at least is that, 1, to your point, he's getting the goal line carries, and then 2, he still looks the part. He looks fine. Yeah, it's just that he doesn't have any space.
Right. I mean, nothing that we've seen. There's sometimes you see a player that you love his college tape, Connor, and then he gets to the NFL and you're like, actually it was one thing to crush in the MAC, but it's another thing when you get up here.
It can look different fast.
Yeah. nothing that I've seen from Hampton, to Jay's point, makes me think like, oh, this guy isn't NFL ready.
No, not at all. I think he looks explosive enough. He's obviously got NFL strength. I'm not really worried about Omarion Hampton. I've been saying I think this is just going to swing back where teams are like, well, maybe we should dedicate attention to Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnson and not just be living in the box and selling out to stop the run. And obviously Herbert's been able to run in the beginning of the year. I mean, maybe this is just foolish to me, but I'm not worried about him. I think he's going to be fine.
I'm not either. Jonathan Jarabe on YouTube says, trade Ibuka for Hampton. Love you guys. Love you, Jonathan. Weirdly, Connor before the show told me he's not a big fan of you, but
Sorry, Jonathan.
but Jay and I both are
Can't like
big
everyone.
Jonathan Jarabe fans over here.
JJ
Appreciate
fan.
you, the JJ man. I don't think so. I don't think I would do this trade. I like the idea of buying low on Hampton, but I don't think you're selling high on Ibuka. Like, I think Ibuka is legit. I don't mind the trade. I feel like actually, if you were trading Ibuka now, given what he's done so far, I think you could candidly do better than Hampton.
I'd rather have Hampton.
It's
I'm not just saying that because he's a ride or die.
It's the Godwin
Chris
effect.
Godwin's coming back.
Yeah. It's a
the
tricky
offensive
one.
line is banged up still. I know that Wirfs is coming back, but Gadecki gets hurt.
Even if Godwin comes back, I don't know. I just think Ibuka is legitimate. My point is that let me rephrase it then. I think it's definitely a fair trade, and I don't mind the idea that you'd rather have Hampton season long. I mean, again, he's my ride or die, and I would in overall ranks. I'm just saying, like, if I was going to trade Ibuka now, I would want more than what the current market value is of Hampton.
Right.
That's sort of my argument. Is just that, like, you should ask for a wide receiver back. I'll give you Ibuka for Hampton and like and Troy Franklin or something.
Right, someone with upside.
Somebody with, that kind of thing. Omarion Hampton or JCM the rest of the season. Bill Krosky Merritt Hampton. It's Hampton. I mean, listen, I'm as big a Commander's homer as there is, but it's Hampton.
How about
that's from Josh? Just Josh. Yeah.
The only one.
Yeah. He's the only Josh. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.